I'm gonna take a sip of this and then refill my glass. This is a part of romanticizing life. Sparkling water. I didn't take a sip. But I'm gonna refill this and then we're gonna get into it for today. Basically, we're just gonna hang out a little bit today. Usually on Wednesdays, we're gonna talk about our wins, which is something that went right, or something that happened that was good in our lives, whatever it is for you. For me, let's think, what's been a win? Well, one, we had a huge event with family that went well, a lot of fun, although it was like so hot outside, like crazy hot. Um, but that went well and was really nice. I was able to enjoy myself, didn't do any work or anything like that. And well, I did work helping with the event and everything, but as far as my business and content and stuff like that, actually just really being present and enjoying myself with family and friends. It was a great time. A lot of people sweated a lot, but it was a good time. And so we're getting back to it now. First live back to actually kind of slowing down for a little bit before I go travel again in a few weeks. And so I've been working on content. And so my other win is making some progress with stuff that I'm researching and different content ideas. Also progress in my business, even though I don't have a computer right now. Still making progress in different areas for me. And hydration, I have been doing that. I just got this app because I'm working on not scrolling a lot and being more focused in different areas like reading more and things like that, just being off of the phone. And I've heard about this Opal app a lot, so I got that, and then I got a few other ones to kind of test which ones I like. I haven't really, I mean, the Opal one is cool, kind of how it works initially, but this other one, I think it's called like Clear Space or something. It makes you do an activity. What's up? What's up? Bam bars. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Appreciate y'all hopping in here. If you could just give me a like, I'd appreciate that as well. But I'm using this app. Where did I get my glasses from? I think these are from Zinni, Zinnni. I think is what it's called. Um, Usually I get it from there or Firmo, Firmo. But I think these are from Zinni, if I'm not mistaken. How y'all doing? Kristen, Indot, Bam Bars, Juice, Orange Juice. I'm drinking some sparkling water because I can in a glass. Um, but what was I saying? See, y'all distracted me. It's all good. Oh yeah, my hydration. I've been doing that, and oh, man, it was something else I was gonna say that I forgot. Whatever. I guess it doesn't need to be said. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it, y'all. On Wednesdays, I like to go over Wednesday wins. So if you did something, accomplished something over the last week, just made progress in something, it can be little, it can be big, whatever it is, we need to pat ourselves on the back. This is celebrating our wins, our success, because sometimes if you're like me, it's hard to really celebrate it because we're on to the next thing. So actually celebrating it. Like today I was recording a video and I realized like, I don't know if I've ever really celebrated me producing my first physical product. Like it's here, I've developed, designed, like did all this on the back end of it. I finally have it after years of waiting to get to this point. And push-ups. Thank you, Juice. You reminded me what I was talking about. But I haven't even really celebrated creating this product and actually having it physically after like all this time. And one way that I celebrate for myself is to give myself a high five. Like this is actually scientifically proven. It sends some good chemicals through your body, so we can give ourselves some high fives and hug myself. You know, say some nice things to yourself, and of course treat yourself to different things. For my new habit tracker that I started, on the back I wrote different rewards that I would like, so that when I do accomplish what it is that I'm doing, the habit, whatever it is. I already have some rewards in mind, and I kind of rank them from, more expensive, less expensive, whatever it is. So I actually can reward myself with something instead of just like on to the next thing. But push-ups, Juice, thank you. You reminded me of what I was talking about, the apps. So staying focused, stop scrolling, that type of a thing is what I'm working on right now. And it's called Calm Space or Clear Space, I think it is. But it's one of those app blocking things, and you have to do the paid one to do more than one app, but I'm just testing it out now. Anyway, I'm doing it. It's blocking my TikTok. And in order for me to be able to open up the TikTok app and use it, I have to do a movement. Now you get to choose what you want to do. It doesn't have to be a movement. You can choose other ones, but I'm just choosing the movement for it. And basically I have to get down and do push-ups if I want to be able to use the app. And then for per each push-up, I made it to where it gives me a minute. Now you can change it and say like for each push-up, it gives you like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. I can't remember what it was. But for right now, I just started this yesterday and it's already like, because do you really want to get down and do push-ups? So either you don't want to open the app at that point, or you're going to get down and do push-ups. Now you can build a bank. So I can do multiple push-ups and only use the app for 5 minutes, but I have 10 push-ups in my bank. So it only uses 5 of them. But I like it so far. I think it's really interesting and useful. So it's getting me moving my body and also getting me to stop scrolling. And so it's kind of like you're using a pain to prevent you from doing something. And then also on the other side, it's a reward because I'm actually moving my body and I'm gaining time to scroll, basically. But the reward is me moving my body because I need to be moving it more. So yeah, that's interesting. I just started that, like I said, and so I'm gonna be testing that out and see how well it does, and if I stick to it, because we can so easily just delete the app. But I am working on staying focused. So, hello, Kinhaya. How are you doing? I know my service isn't always the best, so sometimes it's going to go in and out, and I feel like it kicks people off, or people just hop out. I don't know. But I do the best I can with the service out here. And so until I get some sort of a hotspot or something, or whenever I'm in a new location, my lives may be a little, the signal may not be as clear, basically. Which is what I was talking about on a video I was recording, because I'm working on batching my content once again. And a big thing that I've been talking about lately, and this goes into my product, it goes into the things that I've been talking about on my channel in a nervous system regulation, is that the signal is not clear. That's what it is. In the video, I talked about burnout and how we always say, oh, I'm burned out, I'm getting burned out. But do we truly know what that means? In a second, I'm going to look up the word burnout and really see what it says. But that's not what's happening in our body. But because we see other people talking about it, we see other people referencing it. So when I think I need to quit my job, I need to burn everything down, I need to make some extreme change, or my capacity has reached this max, so I can't do anything else. So my burnout is to take substances and to numb out, or to just junk food it on the couch and watch TV because I'm burned out. That's our understanding and interpretation of it, but that's not what's really happening. We're not burned out. And I think we need to have a different, I know we need to have a different discussion. And the different discussion, in a nutshell, real quick, you three who are in here, thank you for joining me. You're about to find this out. You're going to be the first ones. What's happening is the signal is not clear. The signal from your body to your brain is not clear. That's what's happening. It's not burnout. It's not burnout. It's the interpretation of what's happening in your body. The thing is, we are overloaded from responsibilities, information, just everything. Our roles that we play in this world, we are overloaded. Our senses, our sensory receptors are picking up everything subconsciously and consciously. And then it sends it to our brain, and our brain has to process that information based off of the story that's in us, the program that's running in us, what we've been conditioned to believe, our perception of life. So the interpretation of what our body's sending to our brain is determined by our story, our programming we have, And then our brain then sends a signal back down into our body to tell our body what to do. How do we protect ourselves? What do we need right now? That's what's happening. It's not burnout. It's not burnout. You've reached max capacity or you have a leak. That's what's happening. So we have to have a different discussion at that point. Subscribe if you're new here. My video that I'm putting out on Sunday, I put out a video every Sunday and lives every Wednesday. This video this Sunday is going to talk about what is happening. Okay, I'm going to break it down on what you can do and what is happening. The thing is, we have to bring awareness to it. We have to understand it. And then at that point, what do we do? How do we implement that information? We don't need much more information after that. It's what do we do with it? We identify with these things. Like, I'm this burned out business owner. I'm this burned out CEO. I'm this burned out, general manager, supervisor, whatever you know, mother. Okay, whatever your role is, the friend that always gives, the person that always gives and doesn't get anything back. We need some stronger boundaries. What are your priorities? And then the next thing is to bring awareness to what is happening in your body so that we can understand our capacity and know when we need to say no. Know when we need to set a boundary and say, hey, I've reached my max capacity. I know they used to talk about like spoons, I think it is, in elementary school. Like, I worked in an elementary school before, and we talked about buckets, okay? But spoons, I know people say, like, how many spoons do you have? And, that equates to basically your capacity. And our bucket is like, how much more we can hold in our bucket. So basically, that's like physically, we have a capacity. Think of a battery, okay? Physically, you have a capacity. A battery, that's why they have different size batteries, right? You got your AA, AAA, your D batteries, C batteries. These are different sizes. They have different capacities. So physically, we have a battery. Mentally, we have a battery. Spiritually, emotionally, we have a battery. Okay, separate batteries. All right. And so they have a capacity. You may have a AAA battery mentally, okay, and then a D battery physically. But because physically you think you can carry more, it doesn't mean mentally you can. And then, or maybe it's just, yeah, you have a D battery for all of them, but you've reached your max capacity. And like I just talked about, the battery, your capacity has reached its max, so there's pressure that builds up. This is when we feel like we're going to explode. Or you have a leak, which means you cannot even hold anything else because you leak, you're drained, the energy is being drained, okay? Liam, you must be new here. We don't do all that around here. Okay, calm down, and you probably need to listen to what I'm talking about if this is how you act, okay? Exactly, so listen to what I say, all right? So you either pressure build up as far as capacity, you're reaching max capacity, you cannot carry anything else, you're going to explode, blow up, you feel burned out. Or you have a leak, you cannot even hold anything, you have a leak, and so you feel drained, you can't even do anything, you can't get up, you can't move. Okay, you may be like Liam, who has low self-confidence and maybe no friends, okay? So then what do we do? Well, I talk about that on my channel, so you can subscribe or continue to watch this live. Really, I was just going to hang out, do some studying, work on some content, and I will get to that. But sometimes I just get going on here and talk about whatever I feel like needs to be talked about. Okay, so if you're new here, this is called a nasal inhaler. We're talking about nervous system regulation. Okay. And some of you, this is not the place for you to be. Okay, if you don't want to grow, if you're fine being where you're at in life and acting the way you do, this is not the place for you. So you can keep moving. You can just scroll or something. But if you want growth, if you want change, you want your life to change, you can be better, things can be better, okay? You want to have success in whatever area of life it is for you, then you can stick around, you can subscribe. This is the place for you. My heart beats faster. Oh, that's cool. Okay, you're too young, Liam. But again, if you want to stay here and talk about growth, you can, or you can leave. All right. But I appreciate the views. You are helping me out right now, and you help me reach other people. So thank you for that. All right. Appreciate y'all who are hitting the like button as well. This is about nervous system regulation. This is a part of my first physical product. This is a science-backed product. Okay. Again, subscribe because I'm going to be diving deeper and talking more about it. On all of my content and everything, I created a framework. This is a system, okay, to regulate your nervous system. The importance of a regulated nervous system is what I'm talking about right now, okay? Because if you feel burned out, we have a misinterpretation of what's happening in our body. It's not burnout. Because what does that even mean? That just means what? Again, you're going to crash out. I need to take something to give me more energy because I don't have enough. I talked about that, the leak in your system. Okay, the leak. So you can't even have a capacity, or the pressure's building up. I'm going to crash out. The next thing that happens is we're responding with whatever story we have playing in our subconscious mind. Okay. Yeah, Marcus, thank you for being here with me. Liam is young or is just special in their own way. So we'll just let them continue to give me views. Brianna, you must need to talk to Liam about that. I think you and Liam would get along very well, okay? Because you still need to do the work. You still need to do the work. Like, at the end of the day, it's still up to you to do the work. I can't lose weight if I just sit around and say I want to lose weight. Like, I got to get up and move my body. I got to eat the right foods. I got to make sure this is clean and is not stuck in a spiral of poor self-talk. Okay. Appreciate it, Liam. So that's what I talk about here. Obviously, some of you are new, but that's what I talk about here. You can also go to the live tab on YouTube, watch some of my other lives. I usually stay on here for, on average, about an hour and a half. I don't know what it is. I kind of just go with it, and we'll see what happens. Hello, Ruby. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate y'all hopping in here and talking to me. Even you, Liam, I believe you are needed in this world. I believe if you're sticking around here and you think that there can be something more in life, you feel like something needs to change, you're not feeling like yourself, you're not quite sure what it is, you feel different in your environment. South Dakota, no wonder. There's probably not much to do out there, huh? Yeah, so you feel different in your environment, you're not like everyone else around you, then you're probably a seeker. I have seekers on my channel. I'm a seeker. This is where I started at in my journey when I was younger, was seeking things because I didn't believe what I was being told. I didn't want to fit in the box. The American dream, all these things we're told and we're conditioned to believe and we're taught to be like and to go and do because it will bring us happiness and success. I didn't believe it. And I went on a journey to learn what is trusting the process to actually get to where I want to get to. What is it that I want to get to? And what does that look like? And just all these things. And it's just been a journey to get here. I've been in personal development for over or almost 2 decades now. Liam, what are you talking about? Okay. But yeah, so kind of in a nutshell, that's kind of where I've come from, why I talk about what I talk about, because I lived it, I've experienced it. This is my newest book I published this year, The Way of the Seeker. This is what I'm talking about, being a seeker. Okay, if you think you are a seeker, you're questioning things, you feel like something needs to change, you're not quite sure what it is, this takes you along on the journey, okay? At the end of the day, basically what it is a hero's journey, which is what we go on in life. It is our personal journey. No one else is like you but you. You are the only you that there is here, and you are important. You are needed. You affect others around you, and I think it's important that we all understand this and take care of ourselves, because then we can help others around us. Okay. Appreciate it, Liam. Brianna, this may not be the channel for you. Okay, so you can keep scrolling. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what you're talking about. But yeah, so we go on our journey. Every religion basically is talking about a hero's journey. Okay. And I talk about the self-discovery journey. Who is the self? Well, that is for you to believe. That's whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Okay. I just walk with you on the path of trusting the process. The process is the in between, the middle of where you are now and where you want to be. That's living life in the middle, because that's consistency. That's just living life in the meantime, because we always see the end product of where someone is, where we want to be, and then we compare and keeping up with the Joneses. And again, we've been told what we should want and where we need to be this and to have these things. And eventually we'll get there. Eventually we'll be happy if we had this stuff. It's always a separation from where we are and who we are to where we want to be. And so in the middle, the in between, trusting the process. Like I said, I walk with you. That's why I say the growth guide. Okay, alchementor. If you don't know what that means, if you've ever heard of alchemist, okay, there's a book called The Alchemist, great book. Okay, and he goes on a journey in that. Okay, an alchemist, talking about in the spiritual sense of things, or the psychological sense of things, is a transformation. Okay, so I talk about basically transformation, but in a transformation, you see the beginning product and then you see the end product, but what happens in between? Usually something gets heated up, usually it separates, and then it comes together when you mix something else in. Okay, this is a process, an alchemical process that happens. Usually when they talk about it, they're talking about turning a base metal, let's say lead, into gold. How would you do that? Well, there's a process that happens in between. Okay. You're 6'3" tall. Liam, what are you doing? What are you talking about? All right. And so that's just a name I came up with. And I don't like to be trendy and all this other stuff. But of course, once I come up with that, I see a lot more people talking even more about alchemy and this type of a thing. I'm not like, I can go down some rabbit holes. We can talk about some conspiracy theories. We can talk about different faiths and belief systems and all that. But what I talk about on the surface level, 3D, is transformation. The transformation journey is accomplishing goals, seeing success and fulfillment in our life. And that is different for everyone. Success and fulfillment for one person could be just having a home, just having a safe place. Success and fulfillment for someone else is being in Dubai in a condo or something. Okay, it's different for everyone. But the thing is, no matter what, there's an in-between, because you are going to have to separate from who you are right now. This person has to be different, because the person that has those things, that's living that life, is different. They talk different, they act different, they move differently. So there's an in-between. And what happens in that in-between? I don't, Chaos, what are you even talking about? Okay? You sound very not intelligent. Okay. What's up, A-Team? Thank you for joining me. Twin power. You twins? That's pretty cool. Yeah, Liam, unless you are a female, unless you're a woman, okay, over the age of 30, you have no chance. But yeah, so that's what I talk about on here. Today, right now, I was just looking over my planner, and just really quick, because I already know, like, I'm recording videos today, and there's a few small things to do. And then outside of that is looking over my content. This is sparkling water, by the way, everybody. You're an hour apart. Oh, that's a long time to be apart for twins, I feel like. Jeez. Your mom had to wait an hour to push the other one out? Oh my God. Gospel guy, no. Because what does it do for you? What does it do for you? All right. You look pretty feminine. You were upside down. Wow. Well, you made it here. Look at you, both of y'all, I'm assuming, hopefully. But yeah. So we talk about nervous system regulation, breaking habits, these behavioral loops that we get stuck in, these mental loops that we get stuck in as well. That's what I talk about on here. Into personal development. If you were to die today, would you go to heaven? I don't know. You tell me. Would I go to heaven? Because you apparently determined that. Because I guess you know whether I will or not. Liam, no. But yeah, because at the end of the day, we are living this life in this world on this 3D realm right now. So yes, our nervous system, because that picks up the signals that are happening around us and interprets it based off of our story that is in our mind. This is our subconscious beliefs and also our conscious beliefs, because you can say you believe something, but does your subconscious mind actually believe that? And that determines how you show up and act in this world, and also what you interpret your body is telling you. Okay. Thanks, Liam. Gospel guy, I grew up in the church. Okay. Thank you for that. Do I have kids? No, I do not. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I've worked in the school system. I worked in pre-K for a lot, babysat a lot. So I've been around a lot of kids. All right. Oh, this month. Wow. What do I get out of this, Liam? So yeah. The story in your subconscious mind, this is our programming, okay, that interprets the signals that our body is sending to our brain. Okay, I'm not talking about our mind. Our mind is outside of us. That's a different discussion. I'm talking about our brain that processes information. So what happens is your body picks up on this, sends it to our brain, and then our brain sends back what the instructions are to do. And all it is telling our body is to keep us safe. That's it. This is our physiological process that's happening. No matter what you believe and what you care about, that is what's happening. So if your body's sending your brain something, but it's being interpreted as something that's unsafe, it's going to tell your body you need to protect yourself. So we're going to pack on weight, right? We're going to go into the self-defense mechanisms of fight, flight, freeze, fawn. All right. Doesn't matter what you believe. That's what your brain is telling your body. Gospel guy, you're in the wrong chat right now. You're in the wrong video, so you can scroll away. Appreciate it. Australia, that's cool. I don't know what time it is there. I'm assuming it's the next day, probably. I know y'all are like a ways out there, but you got some beautiful trees out here. This is why I like to be out in nature, because everybody's always trying to tell you what to believe. They're trying to tell you who you are. I grew up most of my life and being told who to be and what to believe. So I went on a journey to figure that out for myself. You can call me Tito. A-team, you can call me Tito. Do I live in America? Yes, I do live in America. I'm on the East Coast right now, but that changes. Liam, you're funny. Appreciate you for watching and sticking around. Hopefully you gave me a like. If you're doing all that talking, you really love me, you're going to give me a like on the video. But yeah, so that's what I do around here. That's what I talk about. So either you're in the right place or you're not. You can keep it moving. If you're not, it's okay. I'm not angry. I released a lot of anger. I did have anger for a while, but I'm not actually. Jesus is cool. You missed me. I had my WWJD rainbow bracelet on for the past month, and I actually took that off yesterday, I believe. But see, you're assuming things, and I'm good on that. You can keep moving to somebody else. You're in South Dakota. Cool. What's up with this South Dakota? That's interesting. South Dakota, I think y'all don't have personal property tax, right? South Dakota? I think it's Texas, Florida, South Dakota, maybe Nevada, if I'm not mistaken. It's windy, yeah, I'm sure. Sheesh. Yeah, I was living in Oklahoma, and it was pretty windy out there too. To water the farm. Go do your work. Yeah. Look, Chop Wood, Carry Water. That's a great book if you have not read it, or you can listen to it. I'll listen to the audiobook. Chop Wood, Carry Water. Great book. Having to continue to physically get up and do work, go to your job, do the things you don't really like to do, but also growing, and it's a good book. 18. Oh, Black Hills. a thanks gospel guy. We know that. And they love you too, as well. But cool. All right, y'all talking to each other. So, yeah. Just get into it. I'm just drinking my sparkling water out of this because why not? What? Why would I need to drink it out of any other glass? Liam, you're hilarious. All right. So I recorded a video. I need to record another one because since I'm going to be traveling, I want to go ahead and batch these out so I can enjoy my travel. But yeah, so that's what I was going to do. Let me pull this up. So now I'm just going to kind of get into research mode, researching. You can just hang out with me if you want. Let's see, we've been out here about 30 minutes, so I'll stay out for a little bit longer. But I am going to look up burnout, so we all know what this means. Burnout. It says burnout is the state of physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion caused by prolonged or unmanaged chronic stress. This is what I've been talking about. What we're talking about is stress. Unmanaged, prolonged, chronic stress. Thank you, Ed. I have no idea what your username is. Yeah, thank you. It is a beautiful place. I am enjoying it. Liam. But let me see. I like to look at the etymology of a word. Let's see if they can tell us this. What? Hold on. Listen to this. The etymology of burnout, which is interesting because it's true. Burnout was slang for drug user. Burnout was slang for drug user. And then it said from the 1590s, burn until fuel is exhausted. So yeah, I mean, that's why we feel burnt out, is because we feel exhausted from doing too much. Again, too much is chronic stress. It's an overload. And we don't control this. Again, this is subconscious. Stress is from trying to hold so many responsibilities, expectations, information, and that's just picking up visually from the surrounding area and also sensory from our surrounding area, our auric field. Y'all over here chatting. But yeah, so we're exhausted from doing so much and holding so much and trying to process, because the whole thing is our nervous system is processing all of this information. Okay. It says the immediate source is perhaps the use of the phrase in reference to electrical circuits, a fuse or cease to function from overload. Burnout is not being able to function from overload. Also compared to extinct after entire consumption of fuel. Mental exhaustion from continuous effort. Basically, that's what people think of. Mental exhaustion from continuous effort. But this is why we need to understand what burnout actually is, because it's not just mental exhaustion. It is not. I would think drug user would be more in relation, because as a drug user, you get numb to the effects of the drug. And that's the thing, is like, we're so numb to things now, we don't even know what things feel like. And we're seeking feelings, and nothing is satisfying. So that's interesting. Let me screenshot this. But yeah, I'm going to be putting my video out on Sunday and diving deeper into what burnout really is. Well, I didn't know this definition of it when I recorded, but what we can do, what's actually happening in our body, and what we can do. What are y'all talking about? Dang, I've been going in. Well, Liam, you over here. What's it called? ASL? Age, sex, location? We used to do that back in the day. Too old for me. Oh, A-Team. Good job, A-Team. Hold those boundaries. Hey, what's up, Jessica? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Gucci, how you gonna think that I'm an immigrant you gonna call ICE when you can't even spell correctly? Okay. I'm so scared. Matter of fact, you can go ahead and send me somewhere else if you want to. You paying for the flight. Oh my goodness, here y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all keep talking and I'm gonna keep moving on. All right, so that's burnout. Literally, it was slang for a drug user. And then also it means burning fuel until it's exhausted or ceasing to function from overload. But what we modern day talk about is mental exhaustion from continuous effort. But what I'm saying is it's not just mental exhaustion. So to think that it is incorrect, and it's not helping you, because you are not burned out just from mental exhaustion. Your body is sensing your environment at all times. Like, what I'm saying is this is happening subconsciously, and it's sending the signals to your brain, not your mind, your intelligent mind that's thinking, okay, but to your brain, and your brain then sends the information back down on what to do. It doesn't matter what you think. This is happening automatic. This is playing in the background. It sends information down to say, hey, create these hormones, these chemicals. Do this to protect yourself. Your body's just trying to protect you. So you need to understand this, to understand what is happening. It is not you. You are not burning out just from mental exhaustion. You've just reached your capacity, or you have a leak in your system. Okay. See, Gucci, you're doing too much. All right. Keep scrolling. Thanks for the views. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about now. But yeah, so that's what's happening in your body. And again, in this modern age with all this technology and everything that's going on, it is happening in the background. Now, Liam and A-Team, y'all may be too young to understand this right now, but you will get older and you will remember me of telling you about this information, okay? Because after having your system in a chronic state of stress for so long, your body is going to start to shut down in certain areas. You're going to hold that energy in those areas. That is going to create disease. That is going to create injuries. That is going to create illnesses. Okay? It's going to create blockages in the emotions. And you're not going to really know what's happening, but you're going to then break out in a rash. You're going to have insomnia. You're going to start to feel sick in your stomach and thing. Like, different signals are going to start to come up and you're going to be like, what's happening? I don't know what it is. Probably happened a long time ago. And we haven't processed these things out of our body. So we're going to go into how to process that out of your body. So subscribe. Okay. A kiddo. Okay. If you're 19, so you think you're older. I'm talking about when you hit like your 30s. Okay. Then that's when you'll probably start to see the signals, because your body's going to start to change and it's not going to be able to handle what you used to be able to do. So I would, but you know, Liam, you can also like talk outside of this app, maybe get social media or something and have a private conversation. Yeah, you know, I don't think they want to be talking about all that to everybody also. And they don't know you. So they got to protect themselves. I don't blame you. Good job. Again, A-Team, setting boundaries. Liam does not have any. Yeah, see, there you go. Look, Liam, you're crossing the line here with A Team, and A Team doesn't like it. Oh, um, but yeah, so that's what's going on. We need to understand these things better, and I've been talking about this of like our interpretation of these words and understanding is very important because that determines how we perceive the world, how we perceive what's happening around us and in us. And if I perceive this as just being a mental thing, then I'm not understanding that this is actually physical and it's happening automatic. And I'm attaching myself as an identity to the understanding that I'm this burnt out person, okay? Which, like I said in the past, it was actually a drug user. So, maybe even subconsciously, you don't even know what you're saying about yourself. But what it really is just your body sending signals to your brain, but the interpretation has static in it. There's static in it. The signal is not clear, so it's not able to interpret it. Another way to think of it is a lens. If I rub my fingers on my glasses and it looks foggy, I'm going to think that there is smoke in the air, which means there must be danger. Something must be on fire. When it really is just smudges on my lenses. I just have to clean it. Okay? So that's what I'm saying is when you understand these things, you don't need to attach your identity to it. Okay? You're not a burned out person. Your body has just been sending signals and you've been numb to things, or the programming inside of your head, the story you've been telling yourself, it's interpreting it in a certain way to where your body is sending a signal that's going to protect you, but it's just a circle, a loop that's happening. It's sending a signal to protect you, but then that means your body's going to be shutting down. It's going to pack on the fat. It's going to make you feel tired. It's going to make you want to stay inside because your body doesn't feel safe. It's not able to process any more information, and you haven't been taking it away. You just keep adding it on, and you're not getting full, deep rest. You're not allowing your body to recuperate, regenerate, restore itself. Okay? You need to treat yourself with love and respect. How can you receive it from someone else if you can't give it to yourself? And then we have resentment against others because they're not giving it to us and this and this. It comes from you first. Let's see. What is that noise? I think it's a squirrel, actually. I thought it was a bird, but I think it's a squirrel making some weird noises. But I've been trying to chase it off. Hey, you South Dakotians, how do I get rid of squirrels? Do you know? How to get rid of squirrels? Y'all need to calm down, calm down. All right. All right. Yeah, I need to, like, the squirrel be doing too much and it eats the bird seeds. And I think it's like hollering at me. It knocked on my door twice. It literally ran up to the door and scratched on the door because I went out there and hollered at it and chased it off. Rabbits, really? I love rabbits, but I can only imagine. I mean, especially if you're trying to grow stuff, set food into a trap. Well, yeah, I guess I would have to trap it, take it somewhere else. But it went away for a while, and then I traveled too. So when I got back, I didn't see it for at least a week, and then here it is again. I put out some seeds for the birds because I have certain birds that come regularly. I had a bird running that constantly runs into the window every day at a certain time of day. But because I didn't have the seeds out, it hasn't been around either. But I don't put it out because of the squirrel. Yeah, the garden, yeah, they'll do that. That's the thing. And having a garden, you got all these other animals trying to eat, everything that you're growing. It's a process to grow things and to keep it growing and to get rid of the bugs, the insects, the animals. But yeah, I need to figure out about this squirrel. Because I know a lot of videos they show it climbing a pole and stuff. Well, it's on a tree. It's not on a pole, so it's hard to not have it jump from a tree over. Is that a squirrel? Can y'all hear that? I'm pretty sure it's a squirrel now. But the dogs here don't chase the squirrels. They chase the turkeys and the chickens, but not the squirrels. You're infested with... Where are you at, Jord? Infested with cats? When I was in Greece, they had a dog, like a stray dog problem. They did have cats there, but I noticed more so of the stray dogs. It was a lot of them. I mean, I was near like Athens, but yeah, it was a lot of them. You don't really see that on all that tourist stuff and whatever, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You can hear it. Hey, thanks, Jessica. Can't wait to see you soon. Yeah, so I think that's a squirrel. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll figure out how to get rid of it. All right, so I got burnout. Let me write the definition. Which again, it's really interesting that we use it so loosely now. Like, I feel burned out. I feel burned out. If you're a burnout, they said that you're a drug user. You used to have a rat problem, so you ship cats to the country, and now they overpopulate. I'm not laughing at you, but that's crazy. And that's kind of what happens with a lot of things. Like, to solve one problem, you do this, and then that creates a whole different one. Because who would have thought, they would start producing more. Yeah, a big turtle. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, I can't wait either. This is gonna be good. Gonna be good. Yes, I love nature as well. I do. As you can see, this brings me joy. I love the colors, like the brown and the green against each other, and like the mossiness type of thing. That's pretty cool. They became your raccoons. Oh man, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah, the raccoons, man. Their little hands, little robbers. Liam, nobody blocked you. I can see your stuff. I think just nobody's talking to you because you be doing too much. Yeah, see, your dog's a good dog then. Dog here she's silly. And then puppies, we only have a couple of them left. We sold the other ones. But again, they really just chase the turkeys and chickens. They're not out here chasing the squirrels. If they were, that'd be great. But yeah. June the 22nd. What does that mean? Oh, she just turned 3. Wow, you know the date. I gotta think about these puppies that were born. I think they're like probably 8 weeks now. But they've gotten big. Like, and it's like, it was 7 of them. Cute when they were little, but once they get big and their claws and then their teeth and then they all running at you at one time, it's a lot. That was a lot. For sure. They're sweet, cute, and all that good stuff, but it's a lot. All right, so I'm going to write this down. Burn until fuel is exhausted. All right. Cease to function. From overload. So to retain information, writing it down is helpful, and repeating it is helpful. So that's what I'm doing. They're cute. Yeah, I mean, they're still cute, but they've gotten bigger. They're going to be decent sized dogs. So no, I'm on the East Coast. I was on the West Coast a few weeks ago and got like really bad dry eye. So at night it still kind of happens. I'm like, what the heck? Well, the world, is this normal? I'm like, I'm not going back to California if I'm get dry eye like that. But again, I was dehydrated too, so that didn't help things. And I've been rehydrating myself, so I was in a deficit at that point. So I've been coming back from that rehydrating and all of that. You're in a funk. What's going on? I mean, it's a lot, of course, energetically and stuff going on right now. But, if it's been lasting for a while, I know that's not fun. I think we're in a Mercury retrograde. Do you know about CERN? Anybody know about CERN? They like shut it off. Yeah, can't seem to get motivated. I understand that. Um, the East Coast is pretty. It's pretty, but I mean, I'm from here, so there's good things, of course, with anything, and then there's some that aren't so good. But yeah, as far as being motivated, I understand that. There's some areas that it's like, okay, I need to get together, like lock in. I've been able to do some things, but then there's other areas where it's like, yeah, it kind of stuck in those areas. Your mom low key saves you. Oh, you're not feeling motivated? Is that what you're talking about? Just gotta start doing what you know you need to do. Yeah, I mean, and that is sometimes that's what it is. It's like you gotta just gain that momentum. But how do you gain the momentum? How do you get going? And I mean, there can be different things. Um, I mean, it depends on specifically, like, is it more something physical, like working out type of thing, eating better, or just feeling like getting up in the morning, so you just don't want to get up and really do anything. Um, I think again, I've been talking about, it's a signal. So it's like what's being sent. What is the signal? Why am I feeling either depleted, drained, or yeah, like you said, like unmotivated? Gucci's back. Here we go. Are you watching my truck video from 11 years ago? Thanks for going back and watching, Liam. A lot of people don't do that, and then what they assume or whatever it is. But yeah, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Um, I started off just documenting my journey of like wellness and again personal development type of things, and then I got into the nomadic life of RV living and van life. And I did that for a few years. I'm in an RV right now, so it just hasn't left. I'll leave, come back, leave, come back, type of thing. But yeah, for since what 2012, I think I've been in like a van or RV. And so yeah, I traveled solo the whole time, pretty much. And yeah, so that's me learning life. When I said I didn't want to fit into a mold, I didn't feel like I fit in, I was different than everyone else. I went on a journey physically, literally, first to see for myself what the world is, because I don't want the news to tell me who people are. I don't need the news to tell me that. I don't need someone else. I'm going to experience it for myself. And I did. So physically moving, okay? But then in that, especially a solo female traveler by yourself out there in the world, you have to learn a lot of things, and you have to be on the move and be aware all the time. Again, this is a stress load that happens. Whether you think you're stressed or not, it's happening because you have to sense your environment all the time. And then that triggered some things that I had to work through. So then that went into the mental side of things, the journey of that, and the spiritual side of things as well. And then emotional side of things, because I'm a very logical minded person. Okay. I can pick up on information fast. Again, you can watch some of my videos, but I have a college degree. Got into the wellness side of things and personal development, being an entrepreneur, starting different businesses, that type of thing, learning, going, doing success, hustle culture, team no sleep type things, experiencing life, just going and doing and learning as I go. But at a certain point, life happens. And this is why I talk about this information, because I've lived it. Okay, I'm not just talking to talk. I'm not trying to sell anything. Although I have created now products because I've learned what works and what I wanted and needed during that time. But yeah, it's taken a lot to want to get to this place, to keep going, to keep pivoting. Life keeps resetting for me. And that's just something I'm going and working through right now, is I always would talk about, I'm the pivot queen, and I can learn and come back from things and all this, but how can I hold it? Can I hold it and keep it? Because it's the whole thing of, well, when the shoe drops, everything's going well, but something else is going to happen next. So I got to prepare for that. Okay. So working through that part of being able to hold it, I don't need to keep changing and pivoting. Like, I have clarity now. I don't need to keep changing. And so just working through that, and again, restarting again. It's not always fun, but I've learned a lot. And so I'm able to restart from a different position, not starting over, because we've learned. A-team, just I appreciate you. Making stupid food choices, gaining weight, not moving your body. Yeah, I understand that. And I think, again, it's a signal. This is a signal. And again, we try to logically figure it out. And it could just be emotional. And getting that chi, that energy flowing again. How do we do that? Not beating yourself up for the foods and gaining weight and not moving, because I understand that. I gave myself grace up until now because of all the events and traveling I've been doing and stuff, and not eating the best myself, and also not moving my body. I'm like physically doing things because I got to get it done and all that, but actually intentionally working out type of a thing, I haven't been keeping up on my push-ups and stuff like that. So getting back to that is what I'm working on now as well. But I think the first thing is, one, don't beat yourself up. Understand that it's just a signal. Like, something obviously is blocking the progress in that area. And what we can do, if you would like, on these lives. And I was gonna record a video anyway, and you already know about this, Jessica, the somatic movement. Okay. And so just starting to do, when you see my video, and I'll start to post, maybe I'll just start posting my shorts with these somatic movements. You can do some movements with me as well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the energy, and that's the only thing to do right now. But I believe that when you start to do that, again, we're getting the momentum, the energy flowing, then that will make you want to make the better choices, because you are already moving in that direction. You're starting to build the momentum. And we'll talk more about that too, on what to do when we're feeling like that. What's the necklace? Oh, A-team, you must have gotten here a little late. So this is a part of my product that I created because, like I said, stress, chronic stress, overload, all this. I call, here, let me grab it. All right, so this is my first physical product. And I created this because I experienced this and lived this. And I always wondered what was wrong with me for a lot of things. But one, I needed to learn myself, okay, how I process emotions, how I process information and things. Sometimes I need a moment before I can respond, because I need to process the information. Just all these different aspects of life. Also, what are feelings? How do I feel my feelings? What do these mean? So someone was on here talking about, I hold anger because I don't believe what they believe, or I don't want to hear what they got to say. No, I did hold a lot of anger. Then I learned from the emotion wheel. If you've never looked at an emotion wheel, look at an emotion wheel. I'm telling you right now, this is going to help you. The emotion wheel, we only understand a few emotions. Like, we've only, oh man. All right, signal kicked me out. But yeah, we hear about these things, but what are they truly? How do we feel them in our body? What do they feel like? So the emotion will help you. I learned that anger, underlining anger, was sadness and frustration. Emotions, it doesn't mean that we die with the emotion, but it's not who you are, because they are signals. This is what I'm talking about. So anyway, you asked me what this is, because I go into all this in my content. So if you want more about this, stick around, subscribe, all that good stuff. Right? But this is a nasal inhaler. Okay, I carry it around because I've learned that the smell, your sense, goes straight to your brain, which will tell your body information, because I told you your body tells your brain sends signals on what to do. I'm bypassing certain areas. Do this. This is science. Okay. I used to, and a lot of the stuff that I do is just instinctive and intuition and just learning as I go. So I used to take my essential oils, put a little in my hand, do a little drop, just a little bit, okay? Heat it up and go like this. I learned that helped me to regulate my nervous system. It helped me to feel safe in the moment. It helped me to calm down. So over a period of time, I got a few different things to make my own necklace. I figured out what works better for me. And then I created this. And this has a cotton wick inside of it. Okay. And you put your oils. You can see mine's pretty saturated. I like a pretty strong smell. All right. Put your oils in there. You have your cotton wick. I do this once a week, refill it, and it's ready for me on the go, wherever I go, when I'm out in public, when I'm at a store, when I'm at a stoplight, if I can, okay, or in a parking lot, before work, during lunch, after work, before the gym, whenever I need it, I'll pause, okay, and smell. And I've practiced this for so long that is sending signals of safety, of calmness for me, of focus, depending on whatever the scent is. Okay, so this is the key part of my product. Now, my product is a bundle. It is a system. It's called the Reset System. Right here, I have my personal one already out of the plastic. Okay, the Reset System right here. All right, this is how we track so that we can remember things. Because yesterday I was rewatching one of my videos because I was like, oh, this one has a lot of views. Let me see what I was talking about. What was it in the video? And I remember that my knee was hurting. And I talked about pain and stuff like that, attention. And I forgot my knee was hurting a couple months back. And during my cross-country trip, right, when I got there and then on the way back, I've been having a weird pain in the back of my knee. And I thought that was just random. But now I'm like putting two and two together. And I also like, it's the whole thing. But anyway, something with the left side of my body. Okay. So now I have awareness of what's going on because I was able to track, because I documented on my video. Okay. If I didn't write these things down, I wouldn't remember that happened. And so keeping track is how we're able to manage, is how we're able to break a loop, because we need to be aware of the loop first of all. So watch my content. I'm going to dive deeper into what this looks like on the inside. It is a framework. It is a system. Okay. And in conjunction with that is the Reset Kit. Now, this was my original idea. It developed into this whole framework and system from there over the years. I had this idea 5 years ago and I finally created it. Okay. Inside there's an instruction card, and inside of the box is the products, which, as you can see, the nasal inhaler is right there. Okay, it has a hole. You can put it on a keychain, or you can put it on your chain and carry it, whatever is better for you. If you're a woman, you can hook it to your purse to keep it with you so that it is portable and you can pull it out whenever you need to. Right here are cards. These are cards to help you practice being present in the moment, regulating your nervous system. These are practices to develop. Eventually, you won't even need the cards because you've practiced it for so much. And this is a coin, tactile item for you to remind yourself to reset in the present moment. I'm going to show you that in the cards for my own personal set right here, so I don't have to open those. I have my own little bag. I'm thinking about including a free bag carrying case in the packaging, but we'll get there eventually. But these are the cards. There are 4 phases. Okay. I'll dive deeper into these different phases later. But on this side is the practice. This is telling you how to do the activity to regulate your nervous system. Okay. And before you do this, we smell our inhaler. Okay. Again, this is a framework and a system. I did this through lived experience. I still research and study this information. I'm passionate about it. I love it. and I know how important it is. This goes a lot deeper than the surface level of accomplishing goals and things, but go watch my last video. Maybe that will explain some things to you of why I believe it goes deeper than that. Especially right now, it's so important that we do this. You need to gain control of your body and your mind right now, or someone else is going to control you. All right. So there's 12 of these because there's 3 for each phase. There's 4 phases. All right. So there's these cards, and then here's the coin, okay, to remind us in the moment to pause, breathe, and reset. Whenever you have this, is reminding you of that you have the ability to do that, that you don't have to do anything else right now except for pause, breathe, and reset. Just hold it. And then I can make a decision. And then I can be aware of how fast my heart is beating, and not in an anxious way of like, oh my God, it's beating fast. No, it's a signal. You need to understand it's just a signal. It's not who you are. It's not determining anything else other than what is happening inside of your body, and it's what it's sending to your brain, but you get to interpret it. But we need to reprogram ourselves. And in order to do that, you have to go through the steps to do that. There's a system for like there's a process. I'm really good at systems. I'm really good at organizing. Okay. I'm really good at breaking down processes. And this is just what I did with my product, because over the years, I didn't have anything like this. So I created it. All right. So that's what this is. I haven't been able to look at the comments. I appreciate it, Liam and A-Team Twin Power. Anyway, appreciate all the love. Thank you for watching and commenting. Show Love Clothing. Hopefully you heard my whole spiel just now, because they asked me what this was around my neck. I don't know what Bo is talking about. Yes, Liam, I've just been explaining my journey, and that's what I do. I document it so I can show it. I'm not just making this up. I didn't just read a book and learn it real quick and trying to regurgitate the information to you. This is lived experience. I've met a lot of people. I've, like I said, had to restart life multiple times. I've had the money. I got the position, top job, making the money, living in the big city, had the relationship, had the car, all the things, and then lost it. Okay. There's been different points and times in my life of different occasions like that. And it made me have to look at different layers of my life. Was it physical? That means I need to move my body, work on my skin, breaking out, that type of thing. Is it more physical? I mean, it's all connected. Holistic wellness is really where I started at. And holistic wellness means all of it together. Okay. Holism. You are a whole person, your whole being. You're not just this physical body, but we're approaching it physically right now. Okay. Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Where is it? Okay. I'm working on the quiz, updating the quiz so that it can help you find where it is based off of the 4 phases. Okay. And then you start there. And that's going to help you. But my laptop crashed a couple months ago. Okay. So I'm doing all this off my phone, and it's just hard to update the website and do any of that stuff just from my phone. So working on getting a computer. Thank y'all for sticking around. I know it's glitching. I don't have the best service out here, so I do my best. Thank you for listening and showing the love, hitting the like button. Appreciate it. Just definitely join me again on another live. Watch some of my videos, hit the likes on my videos as well, share them, any of that good stuff. It helps me out. And it also helps other people out because it's helping them to see it. I have like 1,700 subscribers, but only a handful of people really see my content. And some of them are new people. It's not even my subscribers. That's the algorithm for you. That's why I continue to show up, and I continue to say this for those who it's needed for. Appreciate it. If you got to go 18, thank you for everything. But I will continue to talk about this and share this because, like I said, it's been 5 years in the making for me to create this product. I designed all this. Like, I did everything. Talked to all the manufacturers, which it was at least 10 manufacturers per item. Okay. I designed it, created the system. This planner was supposed to be 90 days. I couldn't do it due to finances and the manufacturer and a whole lot of stuff. I had to redesign this multiple times. Okay. when I thought it was done, it wasn't done. It was like a whole thing. Again, this has been a process, but it took 5 years to get to this year. And this year, it actually started to work. I had some money to invest in it. I invested everything into it. And like I said, I spent the time developing and designing this. And then it developed into a framework and a system so that is unique to me and what I do. And this is all from lived experience and research. Again, it's science backed. You can look into all this stuff yourself if you want, but I also will talk about it in my content, break it down and explain it even more. So, this is just the beginning of things. And this is the first version. This is phase 1, 30-day right here, just so you can start tracking. So we know where we're starting at and where we want to go. And then we will continue to move from there. This is lasting change. Okay, this is how we create it. And we will be tracking it. So yeah, stick around if you want to learn more about that and if you want to be involved. Okay, if you want to get one of these, you can comment reset on any of my videos. Whenever you see my video, you can comment reset. I have not put this out for sale just yet. Okay, like I said, I still need to get a laptop to be able to update my website for the landing page and then instruction page for this. Okay, and let alone the quiz that I just talked about updating. So I have some things that I'm working on, but I don't have a laptop. And little tidbit if you're new here, just some backstory. I got laid off from my job last year. All right. When I got laid off, I had money saved because I was just working to invest into myself in my business. Okay. This is not the first business that I've had. I've done eBay, Amazon. I've written books before just to prove to myself you can make money online. And I did a lot of web design. I still do this web design, social media, creating content and just scheduling content for other people. And so I still do these things on the side here and there. But this is an actual like passion project. This business that I've created is obviously I'm passionate about it. I've experienced it and I want to help others who may be experiencing what I've experienced and what I continue to experience because it's life, things repeat in different ways. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. So I got laid off. I wrote my book to get it out the way because I knew there was another book. I didn't know it was going to happen this fast and all that, but I had already been working on it in the background a little bit while I was working on my product. When I got laid off, did personal things and all that, but then it was like, all right, let's put the book out. Because once I put the book out, I can then use all of my energy and focus on the product. Because if I don't, that book is still in there and I needed to get it out. Okay, so if you don't know, The Way of the Seeker is my book. Okay, The Way of the Seeker. You can find it on bornvital.com, which is my business, bornvital.com. I know it's probably reversed on here, but bornvital.com, bornvital.com. And I'm updating. I was in the middle of updating my website, but then, like I said, my laptop, it is what it is. Like, it's making me have to focus on other areas and adjust how I do things and just keep going no matter what happens. But yeah, so this has been a long time coming and invested everything into this. And, I believe the time is now. It's important. And it started to work now. It didn't work for 5 years up until now. So, here we are. So thank you for asking about that. That's why I wear this, because I actually use it. And it is helpful. And so that is the first version. It will develop into something else eventually, because that's not even the final form of the idea that I have. This is just what I was able to create with what I had and the connections and just everything in the moment to get it done. And I was trying to rush and get it done. It was taking longer. Obviously, even though I have it now here, finally, I can't really move forward at the moment. Or I could, but I have to figure out like how that's even possible just from my phone. Yeah, I don't want to like drop the ball right now. And also like not waiting on perfection and that type of thing and still putting it out, because I would love to just not show you this right now and keep putting it off because I'm waiting on the website and this and that. But I think it's important to one, show the back end. That's why I document and share my journey on here. So you can see all of it from this phase till wherever I will be in the future. But yeah, I've been on here for over an hour at this point. I didn't think I was going to be just talking right now. Yes, I am in the woods, as you can see. I love nature and being out here, and this is a safe space for me. And I love the silence of it, and this is where I can really absorb and learn and study, which is what I'm doing, more research and preparing for what is coming next. And sometimes we don't know what's coming next. I mean, I have an idea, I have goals, of course, plans, but divine timing and a divine alignment, and you just move in that, because we can have all the plans and goals, but things will change, and you just have to be able to maneuver and change through that. So I have a whole folder full of like content ideas that I've had over the years stacked up. I'm gonna sort through them and see what still aligns, what falls under video ideas that I'm already working on, and kind of just clearing that out, clearing that space out, and batch recording some of those before I travel again. And yeah, that's really what I'm working on right now. In the meantime, of working towards getting a new computer. But thank you all for joining. Hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Thank you all. I know, Jessica, you asked me, or you talked about the not feeling motivated and stuff, and we'll dive deeper into that. But, and I don't want to just like say anything right now. Although, like I said, more of like moving the energy in our physical body, in our surroundings of us, because it's like, again, how do we gain momentum? And obviously something is kind of like stuck or stagnant. When I talk about the glass ceiling, there's something that's kind of blocking us. And what is it? And this is where we have to, I talked about in the last video Sunday, get out of our head, because we're trying to logically process and figure out what it is. And we've done all the things and nothing's working. I believe that when we intentionally pause and we do something that's spontaneous, something that's different, being more in the present moment, this is where we gain the inspiration, where we can hear and see better, without looking for anything, just being open to receiving whatever it is. And that could just be finding out, like, it maybe the aha moment of, maybe this is what's been holding me back. Maybe this is what's been stuck and stagnant. You know, but we have to have that space and that time to actually do that. And maybe right now is not the time to force those things. We really want it, but that's what's actually blocking us, is trying to force those things. Maybe there's something else that we need to be focused on at this moment. Do I work out? So I used to work out a lot and then fell off. And like I said, I got laid off, was traveling, all this other stuff. So don't have a gym membership right now. I'm out in the country. So I do more calisthenics, but I haven't been consistent with it. I was doing a push-up challenge on TikTok. So I did that for a while, like 2 months ago. And that was cool. Definitely built up strength with push-ups. But it's so easy to get biceps. So I'm working more on my legs and getting back to handstands. I used to, like, I taught myself how to do a handstand. That was like a little challenge for me to be active. So that sometimes instead of just working out, I'll find something to accomplish, like handstands, like something I didn't think I could do. But then I work towards it. So starting out with just stretching and the basics and fundamentals of it, and getting to a point where I could actually hold my body weight up. And I was able to do that. I was able to hold it for my goal of 5 seconds. And that was like a year and a half ago. And then I stopped doing it. Again, life, all the things that happen. And so now I'm working on getting back to it, which means I need to rebuild my shoulder strength. And I still, a couple months back, I started practicing on live. I still have the fluidity of the motion. I can get up and everything, but just holding it, getting back to that. Liam, why does it matter? Why does it matter? No, I did when I was a teenager. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And as far as working out, like I said, there's this app that I just started using yesterday. In order for me to scroll, I have to do push-ups, and it logs how many push-ups I do, and that gives me a minute towards my screen time. So that's what I am starting to do, because one, I found that scrolling did not make me happier, and then I'm wasting time, and so it's not anything beneficial for me, not right now at least. And so yeah, having that app is going to help me to not. It's kind of crazy that I have to do something like that, but it is what it is. And it's also getting me moving my body again to do the push-ups, to want to even scroll and stuff. Either I'm not going to want to scroll, so I'm not going to do the push-ups, or I'm going to do the push-ups, and it's just going to get my body moving. I look like a teenager now. Nope, not a teenager. I am in my late 30s. My birthday's actually next month, so I'll be closer to 40 at that point. But yeah, so I'm getting my body moving again now. The whole thing of locking back in. I've been trying to figure out my schedule on waking up. Like early bird gets to where I wake up, not the 5 a.m. club, more like the 6 a.m. club. I've done 5 a.m. before and I saw a little progress, but not much of a difference from 6 a.m. So more of the 6 a.m. club, or do I stay up late, do work late at night, because my old self is like, I'm more like I get more done at night type of a thing. And then just, rise when I get up. But so just trying to kind of figure out that schedule part. Thank you. Appreciate it, Leo. But yeah, I think I'm going to be working on the 6 a.m. club, which means I need to go to bed earlier. And that's really screen time has been affecting me. So I'm practicing and working on seeing if that's something that will help me with this. So yeah, that's what's going on. Then I get up earlier, I move my body, and then get into work and do stuff like that. But thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to get off of here. It's getting hot. I'm about to hit the AC button on this. I know it can get a little loud, and YouTube doesn't let me put my mic in here. But yeah, gotta refill my sparkling water, cut this AC on, and get back to the content that I'm going to be bringing you. So subscribe if you're new here. I talk about all of this on my YouTube channel. I document my journey so you can see I live it. I have lived it. I continue to live it. I practice what I preach, and you will see more about my product, and you will be able to watch the journey unfold, and you will see what I mean and what I'm talking about. Okay. I truly believe this stuff, and I know it can help. Again, like I said, you are needed. I do believe that. I always say at the end of my videos, shine on, because if you shine, you affect someone else. You allow them and show them that it's okay to shine, to be different, and you don't know what that means and what that will do for someone else, because maybe they need that at that time. So as always, shine on. Appreciate it, Liam. As always, shine on. And then right before we leave, we're going to breathe. Show ourselves that we are safe, that we are happy, because we can put a smile on our face right now. We can choose that. So we breathe in through our nose and breathe out through your mouth. And we can do that multiple times. We do it slowly to slow our heart rate down and show ourselves that we are safe, okay? And then we continue to show up and do whatever it is we need to do, even if it's just being present in the moment and being grateful and putting that smile on your face. Give yourself a high five. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.